childless revenge against the abominations who held her so. At such times, her hatred of them was most savage. When her overflowing glands flavored the water with her ancestral memories, when the water became so toxic with the past that her gasping gills poisoned her with history, then the abominations came. They came to her prison, to draw water from her pool and inebriate themselves with it. Drunken, they prophesied to one another, ranting and raving in the light of the full moon. They stole the memories of her kind and used them to extrapolate the future. Then the two-legs Wintrow Vestrit had freed her. He had come to the island of the abominations to gather for them the treasures the sea left on the shore. In exchange, he had expected them to prophesy his future for him. Even now, that thought made her mane grow turgid with poison. The abominations prophesied only what they sensed of the future from stealing her pasts. They had no true gifts of seeing. If they had, she reflected, they would have known that the two legs brought their doom. They would have stopped Wintrow Vestrit. Instead, he had discovered her and freed her. Although she had touched skins with him, although their memories had mingled through her toxins, she did not understand what had motivated the two legs to free her. He was such a short-lived creature that most of his memories could not even leave an imprint on her. She had sensed his worry and pain. She had known that he risked his brief existence to free her. The courage of such a brief spasm of life had moved her. She had slain the abominations when they would have recaptured both of them. Then, when the two legs would have died in the mothering sea, she had aided him to return to his ship. She who remembers opened wide her gills once more. She tasted a mystery in the waves. She had restored the two legs to his ship, but the ship both frightened and attracted her. The silvery grey hull of the vessel flavoured the water ahead of her. She followed it, drinking in the elusive tang of memories. The ship smelled not like a ship, but like one of her own kind. She had followed it now for 12 tides, and was no closer to understanding how such a thing could be. She knew well what ships were. The elderlings had had ships, though not such as this one. Her dragon memories told her that her kind had often flown over such vessels and playfully set them to rocking wildly with a gust from wide wings. Ships were no mystery, but this one was. How could a ship give off the scent of a serpent? Moreover, it smelled like no ordinary serpent. It smelled like one who remembers. Again her duty tugged at her. It was an instinct stronger than the drive to feed or mate. It was time, and past time. She should have been among her own kind by now, leading them in the migration path that her memories knew so well. She should be nourishing their own lesser recall with her potent toxins that would sting their dormant memories to wakefulness. The biological imperative clamoured in her blood. Time to change. She cursed again her crooked green-gold body that wallowed and lashed through the water so awkwardly. She had no endurance to call upon. It was easier to swim in the wall of the ship's wake and allow its motion to help draw her through the water. She compromised with herself. As long as the silver ship's course aligned with her own, she would follow it. She would use its momentum to help her move as she gained strength and endurance of her own. She would ponder its mystery and solve it if she could. Yet she would not let this puzzle distract her from her primary goal. When they drew closer to shore, she would leave the ship and seek out her own kind. She would find tangles of serpents and guide them up the great river to the cocooning grounds. By this time next year, young dragons would try their wings on the summer winds. So she had promised herself for the first 12 tides that she followed the ship. Midway through the swelling of the 13th tide, a sound at once foreign and heart-wrenchingly familiar vibrated her skin. It was the trumpeting of a